I'm here at Astor Theatre ahead of tonight's show. Ross Wilson, 50 Years of Hits, proudly brought to you from Forever Classic 6IX. Shortly, I'm going to be sitting down with the man himself, Ross Wilson, who is currently doing sound check, and I can't wait to have a chat. Welcome, Ross. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, wonderful to be in town, and here we are at the Astor.
The iconic Astor Theatre in Mount Lawley. 50 years of hits. It's not many people can say that.
No, well, there's a couple of misses in there as well. Hits and misses.
Hits and misses.
No, hits and songs I like playing. You know, I only play the ones I like. So
yeah, that's fantastic.
You know, we have a good time, and go back quite a way. 50 years. I mean, it makes me sound so old when you say that.
But you know what? You don't look it at all. You look so sprightly.
I've been working out.
Yeah.
I go to the gym.
Well, that was my next question. You've been working out lately?
Role model. Yeah.
That's right. You're a good role model. That's it. You've written for so many artists, so many that probably a lot of people don't even know about, but, you know, Jimmy Barnes. You have been a legend in the Australian rock scene for decades. What is the one song you're most proud of that people wouldn't know that you wrote?
That they wouldn't know that I wrote?
Yeah, like maybe like they hear it on the radio and they're like, I never knew he wrote that one.
Some people know and some don't, you know. Like there's a lot of people like me, they actually look at the notes and the labels and all of that sort of stuff. I've always been intensely interested in that, and since I was just a kid, you know, I'd always read who was the producer and all that sort of stuff. But they might not know that, for instance, A Touch of Paradise was the very first song written for Mondo Rock. And we played it at our very first show, which was way back in the mid-70s.
That is my favourite.
And then we used to play it like all the time, and we tried recording it a few times. We eventually did get it on an album.
Yeah.
But then 10 years after we first played that song, and I wrote it with another guy called Kevin Smith, John Farnham got a hold of it. So people think I wrote it for John Farnham. Well, as fate would have it, you could say that fate made it come along,
go.
It was for him because he did such a great version of it.
Do you think the universe just works like that? Sometimes like it was meant for him, maybe? Or?
Well, we did have the same manager for a while, so I think his manager would go, "Oh, you did A Touch of Paradise."
This one's for you.
So finally, John Farnham did Touch of Paradise, and then he said, "Have you got another one like that?"
Yeah.
And I said, well, I do actually. It's another Mondo Rock song buried on an album called We're No Angels, and that was on his next album. It's on the Age of Reason album, We're No Angels. He did a completely different arrangement, as he did a completely different arrangement of Touch of Paradise too. But yeah, John Farnham, and I'm happy to say I've been invited to participate in the tribute to him that's in Melbourne in September.
I know. I'm sad we're not going to get to see that one, but never mind.
But
tonight we can see you in Perth, and we'll focus on the Astor. 50 years of hits.
And then we're going down to
Mandurah
on Sunday Arvo.
Sunday,
I love Sunday sessions.
Yeah, it's like going to be like a reminiscent of a Sunday sesh.
There's something about Sunday Arvos. I love playing Sunday Arvos, and we do them all over the place, and there's a certain vibe about it. I think it's because people know, it's not going to be too late. I can still get up and go to work in the morning.
Well, that's right. It's going to be on at 4 p.m. in Mandurah, so it's early enough and late enough.
And we'll be rocking.
Perfect.
We'll be rocking in Mandurah. Yeah.
Rocking and a rolling. Yeah, well, that's right. You're the only one that we want to hear play Eagle Rock.
Thank you.
Is it weird that this song became like almost bigger than you, or bigger than you thought it would?
Well, there was a point. So it came out in 1971, and it was number one in Melbourne for 17 weeks. And number one in Australia for like 10 weeks. And it was a gold single, and then we had a gold album and all that sort of stuff. And then it was rocking along. People still liked it and everything. And then around in the 80s, Molly Meldrum, he would be a DJ at discos and stuff. Molly Meldrum and Countdown. And he would play Eagle Rock, and people would just go nuts. So he had got the record company to release it as a DJ copy, like a 12-inch. And it got in the charts again. Wow. Well, from that point on, it sort of left me and just sort of went out to become part of like everything. And now, and then they brought along Spotify, and it's up to like, just in Australia, it's up to like 80 million streams, just all the time. It just keeps going and going. And there's all kinds of rituals you might have heard of attached to it, which we won't mention.
Yes, no, I was going to mention it.
The faint-hearted out there.
I know.
But you're probably...
You know what it's like out there these days. But I was going to mention it because I wonder if Perth has ever done that. Many a time.
One of the strongholds in Perth,
Are we one of the worst people for that, are we?
Young, usually guys about 21, something like that.
Really?
Yeah. It's more of a guy thing.
Yeah, it's a guy thing.
And a young guy thing. But it's also big in the military.
Oh,
no, I'll just leave that.
And if you want to know what we're talking about, just leave a comment and I'll let you know. Now, can you tell me as well, what has kept you motivated all these years? A lot of people give up,
Oh, well, I got to say there was a time in sort of the 80s when, Mondo Rock was going fantastic and everything. And I was thinking, I wonder if I'm going to be doing this all my life. Maybe I should go and get a degree or something, And I thought about that for about a day or so, and then I went, nah, I'll just keep doing this, because I like it.
Yeah,
and
you enjoy it.
The main thing is and I play with really good musicians, and that's always my goal, play with the best people you can find, and it makes life a lot easier and a lot of fun. So I love playing, I love getting up every night and doing my thing,
So is there anything you haven't tackled yet that you'd like to tackle that you haven't ticked it off the list yet?
Well, I'm overdue. Well, it's not something new, but I'm overdue for a new album, so I'm working on that. Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah. And you're going to be writing a lot of...
I'd like to do another a film soundtrack or two.
That would be amazing,
that would
actually.
Be good, Our songs pop up in, Baby Wants to Rock. Mm-hmm. That's at the very end of Naked Gun, the one with Liam Neeson and Pamela Stevenson.
Oh,
they got licensed. There's this little party they go to at the end, and the DJ plays it for about 20 seconds or something.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Yes, that is iconic. We need to get on more movie soundtracks.
Yeah.
So let's finish off with what can everyone expect from the show tonight?
Well, I'm not going to tell you.
You're not going to tell us?
You have to come along and find out.
Okay, I'm sure it's
we're going to sing all those songs that you mentioned.
Yeah.
And like I said, my band, the Peaceniks, who I introduced you to before.
Are we going to be doing Come Said the Boy?
Well, that's another one of the compulsory ones, we just have to.
You have to. If you got to
luckily
top 5, top 10, you have to do.
No, otherwise, I do love singing that song. So,
I actually love that song, and I think people would be angry if you didn't do it.
Well, we don't even tempt them by not playing it. We don't want to make people angry.
You don't want to make them angry. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. We're going to let you get back to sound check.
We want to make people happy.
We want to bring joy. Yeah. That's what we want to do. Thanks so much for talking with us today.
My pleasure.
We'll see you at the show tonight.
And at Mandurah.
And at Mandurah at 4 p.m.